When I first got to Bucknell, my main focus from the very beginning was field hockey. I kind of worked my 4 years in high school kind of striving for this overarching goal of playing Division I, and so when I finally achieved that, I think my main focus coming in my freshman year was to do everything in my power to succeed. My sophomore year, that once I kind of got my feet wet and got my feet on the ground, I really decided that, okay, what kind of get involved in campus and ways to sort of go just beyond athletics. And so that's when I started writing for the newspaper. Through that, I felt like it was a perfect kind of middle ground for kind of connecting school with athletics in a cohesive way. Once again, I kind of felt myself feeling inclined to stay involved with athletics in some way, and so obviously just being a student athlete in itself, I was constantly in the training room. It's actually a funny story. I started off just folding towels. Someone mentioned to me, hey, do you want to get paid to fold the towels? Getting the chance to have those connections with the different trainers and then ultimately with the student athletes gave me a very overarching view of the field. Over the summer, I had the opportunity to travel to the NCAA Career and Sports Forum. The intention of the program was for people who had the inclination to go into the sports field going forward in a career, and obviously for me that wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do, but I still found a lot of value in sort of the professional development, the personal development, and then just in terms of the networking with other student athletes. As a result, I feel like I had the chance to really take in elements that I hadn't yet recognized. I've been fortunate to have a lot of different experiences and opportunities here at Bucknell, but when I get to go home over the summer and even on breaks, I think I've also tried to make the most of my time there. This past summer, I actually had the chance to work for an organization called Aaron's Acres, and so it's more or less a summer camp with the intention of providing children with disabilities the opportunity to have a very similar summer camp experience to those without disabilities. Over the course of 2 weeks, I had the chance to work with Aiden, someone with Angelman syndrome, and so he had a condition that prompted him to be nonverbal. A lot of people take for granted your summer camp experience, and so when you're faced with a disability, anywhere from being on the autism spectrum to just having a slight behavioral disability of some sort, sometimes those kids are left behind and they don't get the chance to sort of experience that and really get a lot out of that, but this program provided a really clear opportunity for them. By the end of it, Aiden would run up and give high fives, and his mom was so happy. We had such a good relationship. While it was really sad to say goodbye, I think just having the ability to form that relationship with him and give him those special moments was something that I'll forever remember. Coming out of last spring, which spring is such a huge time for development among teams, there's a lot of focus placed on individual development as well as just kind of working through that team culture. I think a lot of us recognized that in the spring, that there was something special about our group and just the way that we got along, the way that people came ready and very excited to practice every day. So I think ultimately that sort of energy that we built up almost translated immediately into preseason. Through that and over the past couple weeks, I think a lot of people on the team have stepped up and just really worked on building that momentum, focusing on what we need to focus on and kind of keeping our eyes ahead in terms of going forward this season, especially now considering Patriot League play has just begun. And so through that kind of comprehensive effort and the collaborative efforts of everyone on the team, I think we're really working towards something awesome. Looking back, I've had some time to sort of reflect on my overall journey here, and I think coming in my freshman year, I had such an amazing resources around me, whether that have been the girls in the team at the time, the coaching staff that immediately took me under their wing and paved kind of my path going forward. And so I think I contribute a lot to those seniors my freshman year and just setting the standard of what it looks like to play well, but also continue pushing on a daily basis. The opportunity to be a student athlete is one that when you're in the moment you don't always recognize how important and how special it is, and I think I can see the end in sight and I can kind of see everything coming together. I think I could not be more grateful for my experience and the chance to play at a school like this where I had such an excellent education while gaining such insight and such special experiences on the field, and I think pairing those two together, I could not be more happy with my experience here at Bucknell.